Nairobi International Trade Fair is on. From the 23rd of September to the 29th, visit the Jamhuri Park Showground, Nairobi. There will be plenty of entertainment, food, innovations, and learning activities. You can also sample unique variety of products from local and international companies in agri-tech innovation and general trade. Call us on 0715-760-769. Email on trade@nitf.ask.co.ke.
Mpigiro wangu kwanza kabla tujaandika hii agreement.
Kuna witness?
Si ndio?
Lazima nitamuosha. Atukuli na mbuzi ngapi hapa? That card won't work.
Anajifanya tu quiet, calm, lakini ni wale aggressive kumbali.
Mimi ndio nitaamua vile nitafanya na yeye. Ama kuna mtu ako na pingamizi?
Hapana.
Hey, Jen.
What?
Jen. Makosa ufanyika.
Hautapatikana tena.
Jackie, hebu pita hapa.
Habari yako Mama Liam? Na pesa za Qatar ziko wapi?
Baba Jen yuko?
Ulifanya vile tulielewana.
If you doubt it, get a test.
Hey, Jen.
The National Construction Authority presents the 5th International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition from September 25th to 27th, 2024 at Pride in Paradise Hotel, Mombasa. The conference, themed Leveraging the Potential of MSMEs and Technology for a Resilient and Sustainable Construction Industry, will bring together investors, inventors, and innovators in Kenya's fastest growing industry. Register as a delegate to explore groundbreaking innovations, meet industry leaders, and visit exciting construction sites across the coastal region. Visit our exhibition at no charge to explore a range of advanced building materials, construction technologies, digital tools, and smart infrastructure solutions that are shaping the future of the industry. Register now. The International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition from 25th to 27th, 2024 at Pride in Paradise Hotel, Mombasa.
Good evening and welcome to the Legends edition on KBC Channel 1. I'm Fayyaz Qureshi. Our sign language interpreter for tonight is Lucy Mawra. But first, a quick look at stories making headlines on tonight's bulletin.
Now that Raila Odinga has come on board, they can use his members of parliament to join and kick Rigathi Gachagua out.
We know nothing about any impeachment as a party.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua comes under fire over claims to impeach him. Immortalizing victims of Westgate terror attack. Amani Garden is refreshing Karura Forest 11 years after the horrific attack.
Let us cultivate a culture of peace. Hii peace tumekuwa naye. Sisi sote tunafurahia.
Kenya marks International Peace Day with focus on youth involvement. Welcome back. Starting off with our top story tonight. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has come under intense criticism from the political divide over his remarks of a plot to impeach him in Parliament. In an interview with Citizen TV, Gachagua claimed that the formation of the broad-based government had bolstered a plot to oust him. While dismissing Rigathi's claims as sympathy-seeking, National Assembly Kimani Ichung'wah said the DP is not immune to impeachment. The Orange Party has also denied knowledge of such a scheme.
Unajua nimeona wengine wamepanga jama ati ya kugawanya Wakikuyu kando, Wameru kando, Waembu kando. Hatuwezi kubali. Hatuwezi kubali. Unajua sisi ni werevu, lakini kutoka mwaka wa 2002 tulichanuka. Na tangu siku hiyo hatujatoka nje ya serikali. Sisi watu ya Mlima Kenya, watu ya hapa Kikuyuni, watu ya Meru, watu ya Embu, sisi ni kitu kimoja. Na mimi sitaki muangukie hiyo mtego. Tunatakiwa tuanze kupigana sisi wenyewe. Mimi sitaki kusikia mtu ya hapa anaingilia Mumeru. Sitaki kusikia mtu anaingilia Muembu. Kwa sababu tukiwaingilia tutakuwa tumeingia kwa ile mtego tumetegwa.
Tumesimama hapa Lemuru kukuambia hivi. Sisi ni wale tulikuwa na Mzungu na Mbeberu. Na sisi ni wale tulikuwa na Moi. Sisi ni wale tuko na wewe. Na tunataka kukukumbusha sisi ni akina nani. Mimi Mheshimiwa Rigathi, wacha nikuambie. Ground inasema jana ile Lusungu uliongea. Watu hawakuwa wanajua umefinywa.
Vile alisema jana, si mlimuona kwa TV? Si aliongea ukweli? He is a truthful man. Rigiji, tutatembea na wewe kila mahali.
A section of women in Meru County have backed the endorsement of Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki as the kingpin of Mount Kenya East region, terming him a performer. On the other hand, Kindiki's political nemesis, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, is not having it easy, with several leaders accusing him of working alone rather than with the president and playing tribal politics. Here is Tilio Marco with more on that story.
Mount Kenya succession politics continue to play out, with various groups from the region declaring their support for Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki as the kingpin of Mount Kenya East region. The latest to rally behind the Interior Cabinet Secretary is a section of women from Meru County who have termed him a performer.
Sisi kama wamama wa Kimeru, wa Kiswahili na Waislamu tunaongea bila uoga. Kendeke mahali ulipo, angalia na uangalia vizuri. Tunakusupport 101%.
Meanwhile, criticism of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua from within Kenya Kwanza coalition is increasing, with Tharaka Nithi Governor Muthomi Njuki accusing him of being a lone ranger.
Rais wetu, tafadhali jua sisi kama Tharaka Nithi tumesema atutoke kwa hiyo serikali, tutakaa ndani kwa sababu tulitafuta hiyo serikali na wewe na sisi ni watu yako.
Members of Kericho County Assembly have also accused him of causing division among leaders in the ruling coalition because of 2032 succession politics. The more than 30 MCAs claim Kericho Senator Aaron Cheruyot is one of the targeted leaders.
We are saying Kericho County belongs to Aaron Cheruyot.
Others who have also faulted the second in command are Baringo North Legislator Joseph Maklap and Kapseret Member of Parliament Oscar Sudi, who accuse him of playing tribal politics.
Heshima sio utumwa. Kama wewe ni kiongozi uko na cheo kuliko ya mwingine, tutakuheshimu. Lakini pia usitumie hiyo cheo kugandamiza watu wengine.
This country has moved from tribal balkanization. This country has moved away from tribal kings. This country is a united Kenya.
Jana tumeona Rigathi Gachagua akisomea rais kwa TV, and yet you are part of the presidency. If you have any issues, bwana DP, wewe enda ongea na mdosi wako Daktari William Samoei Ruto ili utatue chini ya maji, ili utatue shida ambayo uko nayo.
Tilio Marco for Legends Edition.
Energy and Petroleum Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has pledged to ensure the realization of last-mile connectivity across the country. This, he said, will be accomplished through close collaboration with the Kenya Power and Lighting Company and the Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation.
Speaking in Nyamchodre village, Awendo in Migori County, where 305 households are set to benefit from last-mile connections, Wandayi reiterated his commitment to ensuring that all regions in the country are connected to the national grid. He pledged to work with other agencies to enhance the country's power network and reduce frequent outages.
Apart from these last-mile connectivity programs, which we are rolling out, we have got mega projects that are geared towards ensuring that we have got steady supply of electricity in this part of the country, the southern Nyanza region. And we are focused on ensuring that these projects are completed within the shortest time possible to address the issue of power shortages in this region.
Rural Electrification and Renewable Energy Corporation Chief Executive Officer Dr. Rose Mkalama noted that providing rural communities with energy is key to fostering economic growth in those areas.
We continue urging you to allow us to come through your villages, to come through your farms, allow us to connect electricity, because this electricity is going to bring around socio-economic development to you. It is going to benefit you and future generations to come. We are committed as an organization to ensure that we extend electricity to both the constituencies that are within the grid and even the constituencies that are far away from the grid. And we are going to ensure that within the financing and the budget that is allocated to us, we shall do project implementation efficiently so that we can reach every corner of this country.
Meanwhile, Kenya Power and Lighting Company General Manager Kennedy Owino urged rural communities to protect government projects from vandalism, stressing that safeguarding such initiatives is essential for their long-term benefit.
We have had instances of vandalism, conductor being stolen, and sometimes when this is done, people don't own the asset. This is your development, and I want to urge you that please take care of it.
For Legends Edition, I'm Christine Matunda.
Kenya marked 11 years since the Westgate shopping mall terror attack that claimed the lives of 67 people. Despite the day being a constant reminder of one of the darkest days in the country's history, those who have died have been immortalized at Amani Garden in Karura Forest, Nairobi County.
As you approach Amani Garden in Karura Forest, the saying, "He who plants a tree plants hope," becomes clear. It has been 11 years since these trees were planted here in memory of 67 people who died during the Westgate terror attack. Each tree has a plaque with a name. For example, this one here is in memory of media personality Ruhila Adatia. Some families have even built benches like this one honoring Rosemary Wahito and Mbogwa Mwangi. The thriving woodland, immortalizing the terror victims, is also a haven for the playful Sykes monkeys. 67 names have been etched on this memorial stone. We catch up with Tim Colby, who is here to remember his former colleague at the Canadian High Commission, Anne-Marie Deloge. Every year, he brings flowers and places them next to her tree.
Anne-Marie was a diplomat at the Canadian High Commission, and tragically she was murdered in the Westgate attack. So every year, not only do I come to lay flowers, but the Canadian High Commissioner and the High Commission staff arrange a memorial at the High Commission, and we make sure the family who's back in Canada always remembers that we remember her. So we've been doing this for 11 years, and we will keep doing it because the memory is very important. One of the saddest things that I heard around Westgate was Anne-Marie's father fearing that she wouldn't be remembered, right? And that's sad for a parent to say. So we want to make sure she is remembered. It doesn't necessarily get any easier, but the family really appreciates it. They have their own service back home. There's a memorial for her back in Ottawa.
Miles away, the Westgate Mall remains standing, and with it memories of the tragic events that transpired on the 21st of September 2013. The world might have moved on, but the grief is still the same for those who lost their loved ones. 11 years down the line, their memory remains fresh in their minds. Nancy Okware, reporting for Legends Edition from Amani Garden, Karura Forest.
The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission has raided the residences of 2 senior officials of the Kenya Rural Roads Authority, KERA, who are among officials of the agency wanted over multi-million shilling scandals in the construction of roads under the authority. KERA Regional Director for Kirinyaga County, Engineer Joseph Murage Kimata, and KERA Regional Accountant for Lamu County, Joel Mutambo Kilonzi, allegedly benefited to the tune of 15 million shillings from the companies that they awarded road construction and maintenance contracts to through their offices.
On Thursday, 19th September 2024, Ethics and Anti-Corruption detectives raided the homes of KERA Regional Accountant for Lamu County, Joel Mutambo Kilonzi, a week after conducting a similar operation at the residence of KERA Kirinyaga counterpart, Engineer Joseph Murage Kimata, who previously served in Kiambu County, had a junior in his office known as Mumbe Njogu, who was a director of 4 companies that received over 311 million from KERA between 2016 and 2023. One of the companies, Lebka Enterprises Limited, subsequently paid East Africa Cables 6 million shillings for materials used in construction of a property in Thindigua belonging to Engineer Kimata. Joel Mutambo Kilonzi had previously worked as an accountant in Homa Bay, Marsabit, Kwale, and Turkana regional offices. While serving in Turkana, he facilitated a award of contracts worth over 216.9 million shillings to 4 companies, where he later received a benefit of 9 million shillings from the company's owners. He received 3.3 million shillings from Edward Kituva, 3.47 million shillings from Felicitas Ndunge, who is his wife, while 2.3 million shillings was paid by Felia Company Limited and Miss Joaquin Company Limited for various hardware supplies to construct Kilonzi's Mutomo Highway Cottage Hotel. The EACC has recommended that the Director of Public Prosecutions charges him with conflict of interest, abuse of office and embezzlement of public funds amounting to over 108.5 million shillings. Kilonzi allegedly owns several properties in Nairobi and Kitui counties. Kasichana Masha, Legends Edition.
As the country joins the world in celebrating this year's International Day of Peace under the theme Cultivating a Culture of Peace, leaders in the country have called for a trans-generational conversation towards achieving peace in the country. At the national celebrations held in West Pokot County, led by the National Cohesion and Integration Commission Chair Dr. Samuel Kobia, leaders underscored the essence of inculcating a culture of peace in children and the youth.
The 25th anniversary of the International Day of Peace saw Kenya mark 21st of September global event with the national celebration held in West Pokot County. In line with this year's theme being cultivating a culture of peace, speakers led by the National Cohesion and Integration Commission Chair Dr. Samuel Kobia stressed the need to engage all members of the society in achieving peace in the country. They condemned the political intolerance seen across the country, terming it an affront to peace.
We all carry the responsibility and the civic duty to foster peaceful coexistence, to foster national cohesion, to foster economic prosperity, political stability, and unity among all Kenyans. Let us unite under the NCIC's guiding principle, which we have seen all over: one people, one nation, one destiny.
Strife to North Rift region did not escape the leaders' attention, prompting calls for a collective responsibility of all members of society in restoring peace if progress and development in the region is to be realized.
We have faced challenges of conflict, yet we have shown that lasting peace is attainable through dialogue, reconciliation, and unity. We have achieved this by holding dialogue meetings which have been instrumental in building trust, resolving disputes, and encouraging cooperation among these communities.
Kwa hivyo nataka tushikane mkono sisi wote watu wa region hii, na niombe NCIC bring all the actors together. Mimi Elgeyo Marakwet sasa niko naelekea kukataa mkutano ya hoteli.
The International Day of Peace was also marked in other counties among the Mandera and Migori, where leaders emphasized the importance of involving women and youth in peace building.
We are discussing issues of peace, and we need you, particularly the young people, to really get into issues that will bring peace, for you to grow so that in future you'll be the leaders of this country.
Let us cultivate a culture of peace. Hii peace tumekuwa naye, sisi sote tunafurahia.
Martini Maslin for Legends Edition.
Right, it's time for a quick break. We'll be back in a short while. Stay with us.
Officially, the draw date ya Master Player ni tarehe 6 mwezi wa Oktoba. Zidi kucheza, jaza tiketi zako ikiwa ni *570# option 400. Tucheze, tusaidie, tushinde!
Oya, umeupdate token mita yako? Ni free! Umesapata SMS kutoka Kenya Power? Sawa. Sasa ni kuweka code 1 kureset. Alafu weka code 2 kuupdate. Karada, mtozi kulipishe. Usiachwe gizani nani. Update token mita yako leo. Ujumbe huu umeletwa kwako na Kenya Power and Lighting Company.
Living in Nairobi can feel like you're constantly bombarded with stressful sounds 24/7. So, can sounds like these instruments help with stress management?
There are different frequencies of sounds that'll resonate with certain neurons in the brain, and they will fire in a certain way in response to those sound frequencies, just like my eyes are being influenced by the red of your dress.
Dr. Alia has all the answers.
The first thing I tell them is be open to the experience, and secondly, surrender and let go to the sounds.
To learn more, join us this Sunday on Health and Lifestyle.
She has committed her life, her well-being, her finances, her know-how, her expertise to offering support to amputees, sometimes literally.
It was actually 2 industrial designers after university that decided to focus on supporting people with disability, especially amputees, by developing actually a prosthetic leg made initially by recycled plastic.
Oh, wow.
So how to use actually plastic in a way that has very high impact in the world and not on the contrary. We actually work very closely with different organizations and associations that are very strong in psychosocial support, for example. When someone loses a leg, actually, even before amputation, this person should receive psychological support. Whenever we try to actually teach them how to fit a prosthetic leg, especially like a CERT leg, we always bring in a person that is very experienced and has an organization on psychological support, so that the different professionals in the field understand the importance of that.
Welcome back. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has come under intense criticism from the political divide over his remarks of a plot to impeach him in Parliament. In an interview with Citizen TV, Gachagua claimed that the formation of the broad-based government had bolstered a plot to oust him. While dismissing Rigathi's claims as sympathy-seeking, National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah said the DP is not immune to impeachment. The Orange Party has also denied knowledge of such a scheme.
In an interview with Citizen TV on Friday night, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua revealed a plot to oust him through an impeachment motion in Parliament, now that the opposition party Orange Democratic Movement is working with the government.
How does it work?
Right.
That we have brought in ODM people to come and join us, yeah? And then we are saying now that we have brought these ones, now we have the numbers to chase this one.
First to respond to the remarks was ODM National Chairperson Gladys Wanga, who trashed the claims.
We know nothing about any impeachment as a party. We know nothing about any impeachment. Any member of parliament can bring any motion, and when it comes, the parliamentary group will sit and deal with it. But for now, we don't want to anticipate things we don't know about. It is not in our purview, neither is it in our knowledge.
Remarks echoed by National Assembly Majority Leader and Kikuyu Member of Parliament Kimani Ichung'wah.
As a leader of majority, I can tell you there has never been any impeachment motion against the deputy president. That has been his creation, and those that he walks around with is a sympathy-seeking gimmick to try and incite people from the Mount Kenya region, and more so against members of parliament.
Ichung'wah, who was speaking at Pap Nyadiel village in Alego Usonga constituency in Siaya County at the burial of the late George Owiro, cautioned the deputy president against assuming immunity from impeachment.
That is why I said I have put my chest forward to defend the rights of all members of parliament as their leader. Because nobody, not the president, not the deputy president, should ever imagine that they can intimidate members of parliament from doing what they ought to do. Impeachment motions are part of our oversight of state officers. The deputy president is not an exception.
The DP was also urged to refrain from reducing his role to that of a tribal chief.
He himself said that the people of Kenya elected him. The people of Kenya, not just a small part of Kenya.
I'd also like to say that as elected leaders, once you are elected into a position, you cease to be a leader of your small community, but a leader of the national, of the bigger national community.
As in the Shakahola killings, DNA tests have emerged to be such a time-consuming exercise in the Hillside and Arusha school fire tragedy as well. Government pathologist John Johansson Odwo says it will take between 1 and 2 weeks. This has raised concerns on the prolonged agony for the bereaved yearning to come to closure in cases where bodies of their kin cannot be visibly identified. Our reporter Serafina Robi unravels this puzzle in the science behind deoxyribonucleic acid DNA tests.
Deoxyribonucleic acid, abbreviated to DNA, is the molecule that carries genetic information for the development and functioning of an organism.
DNA is actually it's a protein. DNA is protein. It's present in virtually every aspect of every part of the body, be it in parts of your hair, the roots of your hair, your skin, organs, your blood. It's everywhere in your body.
Observed closely, it consists of 2 long polynucleotide chains composed of 4 types of nucleotide subunits. Each of these chains is known as a DNA chain or a DNA strand. Hydrogen bonds between the base portions of the nucleotides holds the 2 chains together. Dr. Bernard Owino Didier, a pathologist, says this setup can serve different functions.
It is used for many purposes, but it can be used for identification, maybe paternity identification, where it's commonly used. It can also be used for criminal purposes.
Before testing, there is extraction process.
Within the cells, there's a nucleus. We extract that DNA from that cell, and the DNA appears in strands. That's why they're called strands. So they appear in strands. So this is what is tested, and then it is compared in the laboratory to those DNA that is cells, DNA that is extracted from a suspect, and then they are compared.
The most recent tragedy of fire at Russia, 2 of the victims died in hospital while undergoing treatment. However, 19 of them, aged between 8 and 13, perished on site, and their charred bodies required DNA tests to identify them to facilitate burial.
We have a big team of doctors, investigators, and analysts from Cambridge and from government chemists. And it's a hope that with that team we'll be able to finish the autopsy.
In a fire situation, for example, you might want to map how did the fire start, from where did the fire start from, okay? What were the weather conditions? Where was it progressing to? Where was the intensity? Who are the first people who came there? Because it's possible that first people who respond first can tamper with this scene, okay?
And it is not an any power interfere in the DNA matching.
Most of the time we've preferred to go for the mothers, because there are cases where, for example, you might have probably somebody isn't somebody's biological father when he's actually been bringing up somebody, and this might cause a lot of trouble when they can't be matched. I've been bringing up his child, and
What of the bodies burnt beyond recognition?
Specimens with them so that we can match them. They can be matched with their parents. It's an important part of closure.
How relevant are fingerprints in such cases?
Based on something called the Locard's exchange principle, that is actually the bedrock of forensic, placing anybody to a crime scene. It's called Locard's exchange principle. You may leave your finger, it may not be visible, but when treated scientifically, we may dust a surface, depending whether it's smooth or it's rough. We can dust the surface, get the fingerprints, and then take it to a register, and then you can be identified through a database there. But that is not DNA.
Then, more pertinent is why it takes that long.
Then in the analysis, now in the laboratory, now you're analyzing this using probably machines. Then after analyzing, then there is interpretation that is now post-analytical. And then so that you give the same, proper results to the rightful people and convey it in a manner that, that is now post-analytical. Depending on the laboratory, it can take up to, about 3 weeks to, a month. But there are certain orders, for example, court orders that require, for example, in criminal justice system, some of these need to be done expeditiously and fast.
To further enhance forensics in the country, an independent body is being advocated for.
The institution wants to act independently, have its own personnel who are trained for forensic investigations, be funded independently to conduct its investigations, collecting samples, traveling all around, remuneration of its staff, and all that.
As such, DNA testing and matching to produce accurate results is not such a simple exercise. Serafina Robi for KBC Channel 1.
The University of Nairobi hosted a unique Spelling Bee contest dubbed the Slick Spelling Bee to celebrate the Kenya Sign Language under the theme Unite the World, its citizens and communities and societies through sign language. Slick is translated to sign language in school, and the competition brought together children that hear and those with hearing impairment from lower and upper primary in different schools. Yusuf Farah reports.
University of Nairobi Towers. This is not your ordinary spelling bee contest. Dubbed the Sleek Spelling Bee, it brings together hearing children and those that have hearing loss.
We show a picture, and then the learner is able to identify and finger spell. The other method that we use is ask question, both in sign language and spoken. And that way we bring a balance to this hearing child and the deaf child, and the learner would understand whatever question it is, and once they answer in finger spelling.
The contest is also a good opportunity for school-going children to appreciate their different abilities as part of efforts to end stigma surrounding hearing impairment.
When that child, even as she grows, and even as he grows in a totally different mindset, knowing that our community has other people or other children that are different, but they are differently abled.
Teachers say the spelling bee, now in its second edition, is a blessing for the children in terms of building confidence.
They use a common language, which is sign language, which means that even the deaf, those who are not hearing, and those who are hearing, they are able to communicate, they are able to interact, and they also interact and play freely with others.
We have those people with disabilities. Nowadays, the parents have been aware, and they have brought those learners to the schools, and they have opened up. Those who have been hiding them in their homes, you find that the schools have now learners who can sign language, sign and finger spell.
The organisers on their part are hopeful that the contest will advance from national to regional level and that one day the mantra sign language is cool will be in every household. Isofar reporting for the Legends edition.
Kibra Member of Parliament Peter Ochieng Orero is calling on Kenyans to contribute to nurturing the talents of the youth in the country to enable them to grow to be responsible members of society. He was speaking during a fundraising dinner in aid of the construction of a 24-hour multi-purpose pitch in Olympic Primary School in Kibra, Nairobi. The project is initiated by the media personality and head of RIG East Africa, Cynthia Nyamai. Nyamai said the project will cost a total of 66 million shillings and will not only benefit 5,500 children in the school, but also serve the broader Kibra community.
This is going to change the behavior pattern of many kids within Kibra community. It is going to ensure that we nurture, develop and enhance talent within our community. And you know, talent now, sports is a big industry, and also it is a recreational facility. So many kids who do not have places for recreational facility will always go to the field, spend their time, and because it is enclosed between two schools, the primary and the secondary, we will ensure that we have lighting for those who do not have where to read. We will create a conducive environment for them to do their private studies.
We have over 50 local teams in Kibra, and they still use that same pitch. So we are building a multi-purpose pitch where the children and the community can play football and other sports at the same place. And also we are making sure that the place has lighting so that even in the evening and even into the late hours, the football teams can practice on that same pitch. We are hoping that we'll see more and more skills when it comes to sports and talent coming from Kibra.
Right, great job being done by my colleague Cynthia Nyamai. Well done. The ongoing global conflicts, including the Israel-Gaza war and the Russia-Ukraine, have affected the local horticultural sector, leading to high cost of production and produce destined for European markets.
According to Naivasha Horticultural Fair Chairman Richard McGonnell, the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict in Gaza has also increased attacks on sea shipments along the Red Sea by militants, forcing companies to use alternative but expensive longer routes.
This event in the Red Sea with Gaza, Israel and whatever is affecting our sea freight quite badly, but I believe that we are overpriced.
Elsewhere, researchers, health workers, policymakers and county officials in Homa Bay County have launched an impact evaluation exercise that seeks to transition from the use of a 10-dose vial of the measles rubella vaccine to a more efficient 5-dose option.
But because many times the measles vaccine is given at a later age, sometimes it has been difficult because the children are taken for immunization at different times. And the health workers may think of wastage, so they do not want to administer a vaccine, to open a 10-vial vaccine for just a child.
Meanwhile, in Taita Taveta, the county government has launched a major water project aimed at improving access to clean water and boosting agricultural productivity in the area. The Talio Domestic Water Project in Talio Village, which was drilled and equipped through the Coast Water Works Development Agency and funded by the National Drought Mitigation Program, will benefit more than 2,700 residents.
Taita Taveta tuko na changamoto sana ya maji. So ndio tuko kwa hii ghafla, angalau watu wa Talio na wake kuna tabu ya maji kubwa. Ndio tunataka angalau tuone.
In education matters, the Principal Secretary of the State Department for Technical, Vocational Education and Training, Dr. Esther Thahara, says there is a need for establishment of a system that will identify underprivileged students and vet them for funding through scholarships.
That funding model, as it is now, has had very many queries. But notice that these queries are from the university space.
Finally, in Kitui County, 6 children who were killed in a road accident at Kiwani along Kibwezi-Kitui Road in Kitui County have been laid to rest. The burial ceremony took place at Kiwani Sub-Chief Office Ground in Kitui South and was attended by a section of Kitui County leaders.
Hii barabara imemaliza watu wengi sana. It is supposed to be a blessing. Lakini sasa imefika mahali tunaanza kujiuliza, kai, what's happening? Let something be done.
For Legends Edition, I'm Jael Wakesho.
Avieta imerahisishwa. Sasa kuna njia mpya na rahisi ya kucheza Avieta. Dial *419# kwenye simu yako na ucheze wakati wowote.
The National Construction Authority presents the 5th International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition from September 25th to 27th, 2024 at Pride in Paradise Hotel, Mombasa. The conference, themed Leveraging the Potential of MSMEs and Technology for a Resilient and Sustainable Construction Industry, will bring together investors, inventors, and innovators in Kenya's fastest growing industry. Register as a delegate to explore groundbreaking innovations, meet industry leaders, and visit exciting construction sites across the coastal region. Visit our exhibition at no charge to explore a range of advanced building materials, construction technologies, digital tools, and smart infrastructure solutions that are shaping the future of the industry. Register now. The International Construction Research Conference and Exhibition from 25th to 27th, 2024 at Pride in Paradise Hotel, Mombasa.
Once again, it's a big welcome to the sports segment of the Legends Edition. I'm Topi Lyambila. Kenya Police FC exited the CAF Confederation Cup last night after going down 2-1 to defending champion Zamalek of Egypt in their second preliminary round return leg match played at the Cairo International Stadium. The law enforcers lost 3-1 on aggregate following a 1-0 loss in the first leg here in Nairobi. Here is some of the action.
First scored the opener for the Egyptian Giants after connecting a cross from captain Omar Gaba.
كلل مجهود عمر روح له عمر جول عمر لا
Nasser El Hamid took advantage of a defensive lapse to score the second goal for the defending champions.
على الهدية مقبولة ادي الضغط من بركة بادي قلت اضغطوا عليه عشان يغلط ويطرد ضغطوا عليه.
New signing Jose Were scored for Kenya Police FC in the 65th minute with a brilliant header past Mohamed Sobi.
وادي الهدف فيش تسلل وادي هدف.
However, Zamalek held on to advance to the group stages of the Confederation Cup 3-1 on aggregate.
Now, from the Rugby League, Kenya will have to win by 9 points against Nigeria in Sunday's rematch of the first ever Rugby League Women's World Cup qualifier in Africa after going down 22-14 at the NYS headquarters in Nairobi. Kenya were trailing 12-0 at the break but came out strongly in the second half to make it 16-14 after 2 tries in 4 minutes from winger Merisha Negesia. But outstanding loose forward Rachel Elias' second try for Nigeria saw them emerge victorious. The winner on aggregate between Kenya and Nigeria will represent the continent in inaugural 2025 World Series. And now to the beach. Top seeds Elfas Makuto and Jairus Kipkosgei opened their campaign with a straight sets victory over Julius Chai and Vincent Dianga as the deep heat homologated beach volleyball tournament got underway at the Big Tree Beach in Mombasa.
Elfas Makuto and Jairus Kipkosgei, who were recently bundled out in the quarterfinals of the World Beach Volleyball Tour in Burundi, won the match against Julius Chai and Vincent Dianga 21-10 and 21-10 respectively. Kelvin Muyelele and Vitalis Wekesa defeated the pair of Evans Wesesi and Kelvin Soita by 2 straight sets, while Donald Muchete and Cheptol Chemwor humbled the pair of Evans Ngeno and Gaspar Masai by 2 sets to 1. In the women's category, the pair of Gaudenshe Makoha and Metrina Buire defeated Ann Noem and Meldina Sande by 2 straight sets, while the pair of Naomi To and Mariana Sakoyo registered a straight sets win over Pamela Jepkirui and Immaculate Chemutai.
Tumecheza mechi ya kwanza na tumeshinda. Tunangependa kushukuru hao sponsors wa Deep kuleta hii homologated tournament. Manake inatusaidia kupata points na pia inatusaidia kumit hao wachezaji wengine na wale wachezaji wamecheza kwa muda mrefu na kuna wale wanakuja kujifunza. So wote tunakutana hapa tunajifunza. Ukiangalia mwenzako ndiye anacheza, hivyo ndio learning process inaanza. So pia naweza shukuru KBF for partnering with Deep to make sure that this tournament is played today and tomorrow.
The homologated beach volleyball tour will end tomorrow at the Big Tree Beach in Mombasa.
In handball, the national handball team will still qualify for the quarterfinals of the 20th Men's Youth African Nations Championships in Mahdia, despite losing their second Group B game against the host Tunisia, who beat them 44-16. The Kenyan team trailed 24-8 by the end of the first half and eventually surrendered the match to the North Africans. The team opened their campaign with narrow loss to Morocco, who beat them 27-25. Kenya is in Group B alongside hosts Tunisia, Morocco and Libya, while Group A has 4 teams, namely Egypt, Algeria, Burundi and Guinea. The quarterfinals are scheduled on the 23rd of this month, where the losers will be knocked out as the winners proceed to the semi-finals, slated 2 days later. The final and bronze medal match will be held on the 26th of September. The 2024 CAHB Africa Men's Youth Handball Championship will be a qualification event for the 2025 IHF Men's Youth World Championship, which will take place in Egypt. On hockey, Mombasa West men's hockey team beat Karate Action 2-1 in an entertaining Kenya Hockey League match played at the Impala grounds here in Nairobi. Mombasa West took the lead in the first half before Karate Action pulled one back later in the second half. Mombasa sealed their victory in the dying minutes of the game to bag all the points. In other games, KSM youngsters lost 1-0 to KCA University, while Egerton University were held to a 1-1 draw by GHF Rift Pirates. In the Ladies Hockey League, Twinkle thrashed MMU Ladies 5-0 at the USIU grounds. The league continues tomorrow with several matches on the card. The reigning African Rally champion Karan Patel took an early lead in the ARC Rally International of Burundi, navigated by Tausif Khan in Escodia Fabia RC2. The host old boy Valerie Bukera led the host nation's charge with some impressive pace, but trailed Karan by 0.37 seconds in a Subaru Impreza co-driven by Yunus Mohammed. Another Burundian prime Wikunda was third in a Subaru Impreza navigated by Shali Musafiri. The highest placed Ugandan after SS06 Gashikwa 2 was Imtiaz Awandin, navigated by Alain Rukundo in another Subaru Impreza. He was placed sixth as the rally comes to an end tomorrow. On the FKF Premier League, FC Leopards left it late before they edged Bidco United by a solitary goal scored by Sydney Locales in the 80th minute in one of the FKF Premier League matches played today at the Thika Municipal Stadium. KCB went on to secure a 3-0 victory over Posta Rangers in the double-header, thanks to Kahiro Francis brace. Kahiro struck the first in the 28th minute before they doubled the lead in the 46th minute. Stephen Etiang ensured he got his name on the score sheet too in the 87th minute to complete the rout. In other matches, Mara Sugar FC beat Nairobi City Stars 1-0 as Mathare United drew 1-1 with Sofa Paka.
Huku nao wanapiga ile anguka nayo kwa mbali. Vincent Onjabu leta chini kwa chini kule, ameukosa hatari ile. Stephen Etiang amemaliza.
And now we have the Gold Star Football Tournament, where Mikisa schools are the overall winners of the third edition of the Gold Star Football Tournament after a 3-2 win over Bensono schools in a thrilling final played at the Nairobi Academy. Charge of the game from the start, scoring an early goal and confirmed their win late in the second half. Benzono came in second as Malvin Jones, B, settled for the third position. Jonathan Sumba was named the most valuable player. Chamtili School took charge of the under-7 boys category as Kyoto A and Kyoto B took the second and third places respectively. Kyoto Girls Under-13 team were the overall winners after they beat Mikisa Academy 2-0 in the final. Light International Academy finished third. The one-day tournament attracted 55 schools across the Nairobi County. Some of the action.
We performed well. I really liked the way our team played. Challenges, some matches were tough. We were getting tired quickly.
It feels good. It's a very wonderful experience, and I'm very happy and I'm very glad with myself. I aim to become a professional player and to win multiple international trophies.
My grandpa, he has cancer right now, but he told me follow your dreams, never give up. He's been a footballer. My dad was a footballer, so it's in my blood. Yeah, it's in my blood. It means a lot to me. Yeah.
The competition has been great. We've had very tight competition in under 7 teams, and we've seen also the level of competition as well as the level of skill demonstrated through the tournament very high.
We cross over to the swimming pools, where Mary Gadhoni of Umoja Shark Swimming Club set a new meet record of 1 minute 45.88 seconds in the girls 8 to 9 years 100-meter freestyle during the Nairobi County Aquatic Association Level 1 Swimming Championships at the Kyoto School here in Nairobi. Let's take a look.
Gadhoni was unstoppable in her mission, which saw her win ahead of Farid Dolphins and Jonya Far of Braeburn Swimming Club. In the boys 8 to 9 years, 100 meters butterfly, Braeburn Swimming Club's Jeremy Irungu took a time of 1 minute, 46.80 seconds to emerge victorious ahead of Kylie Michuki and William Modachi. Simon Slater of German School Nairobi emerged victorious in the boys 10 to 11 years 100 meters butterfly ahead of Jabali Mwangiru and Taveti Mutie, who completed the podium dash.
The turnout has been very overwhelming. We did not expect to have 29 teams coming in at the 11 and under level, and having 400 swimmers at that level shows us that there's new generated interest into swimming, and both schools and clubs have embraced swimming as a sport that they believe will nurture the children.
In the meantime, Bremen Swimming Club leads the overall standings, followed by Little Fish Swim Club and Havina School. The two-day tournament, which comes to an end tomorrow, has attracted 400 swimmers. For Legends Edition Sports, I'm Daniel Mwendwa.
Nice body building. Being a complete sports person requires passion, commitment, and discipline. It also takes one to be devoted to training seminar and achieve all it requires to be certified. Our reporter Daniel Mwendwa visited the Beyond Fitness Club here in Nairobi and compiled the following report. Now we're given a ringside seat to what actually goes on there. You will.
Here at the Afrofit Gym, we found different players and coaches taking part in the Beyond Fitness Academy seminar, which kicked off on Monday.
Kuna vitu mingi sikuwa najua kama muscles za mwili. Nimefunzwa maneno ya nutrition. Nimefunzwa vile ya kujipanga, kutrain. Nimefunzwa vitu mingi siku sita.
We've had 11 participants, but 9 will graduate. As you always know, we do exams at the end of the day, end of the 6 days. So I think we had a good course. The participants are very excited to see they are going to be certified.
Coach Patrick Wonitsa, assisted by Jackie Omurungi, busy taking the class of 10 through different sessions. The main areas of study in the 1-week seminar was on how to keep the body muscles fit, the right nutrition to keep in different sport disciplines, among others.
So the training for Beyond Fitness this week has been good. This is our third seminar with the Beyond Fitness. We have had 2 seminars, one here, one at DRM, and the current one is going on well. We've seen quite a number of trainers coming in to get more education concerning fitness and health, which the trend changed, and I thank Beyond Fitness to be here so that I can at least engage these trainers who are interested in knowing much about fitness to gain more knowledge on fitness.
Got a chance to talk to engage with the Beyond Fitness Academy, and I've gotten most of my questions answered concerning my work experience.
The trainer does train any category, including people with disabilities.
See, like there are many gyms that are not like meant for disability inclusion. I'm sure I know as a deaf person, I'll be training the deaf and also the hearing, and also the deaf people who maybe are staying at home and maybe they think there are no opportunities out there.
After successfully completing the 1-week training, the trainees are certified and given the mandate to go and give back to the society and create awareness to the community. It's a journey where many people end up giving up, but those who maintain the spirit are happy when they become certified coaches.
We are certified by Beyond Fitness Academy. Yeah.
Now over to the international scene, we have the English Premier League results. Nicholas Jackson netted a brace as Chelsea beat West Ham 3-0 in English Premier League match played at the London Stadium. Jackson struck twice in the final. And still on football, we move over to the Saudi Football League, where England international Ivan Toney was on target twice as Al Ahly beat Damak 4-2 in the Saudi Pro League. Tony was making this third appearance for the club when he put his side 2-1 ahead in the early minutes of the second half. After Damak's second equalizer, former Liverpool forward Roberto Firmino put Al Ahly ahead again in the 8th minute of injury time. Tony scored his second 8 minutes later. Elsewhere, Cristiano Ronaldo scored a penalty as Al Nassr defeated Al Ettifaq 3-0. And that's all we had for you this Saturday Legends Edition. Hoping to stay with the KBC Channel 1 for the rest of the week for more sporting action. And again, right up to the weekend for the Legends Edition. I'm Topi Lyambila, but before I go, remember after the news is Bridge over Congo Rumba for all the Rumba Wallers. And of course, Patro Kibango Mfumu, Winnie Marie Jose, and DJ Extra 254, Salim, Aaron Sandby, and they tell me today is going to be lit, as they say it. So over now to you, Fayyaz, to wrap up the show. Thank you.
Well, I think Topi's got his dancing shoes on. Thank you very much, Topi Lyambila, with the latest from the world of sports. And that's all from our newsroom. Our sign language interpreter for tonight's edition was Lucy Wawa. I am Fayyaz Qureshi. Have a good night.
Officially, the draw date ya Master Player ni tarehe 6 mwezi wa Oktoba. Zidi kucheza, jaza tiketi zako ikiwa ni star 570 hash option 400. Tucheze, tusaidie, tushinde!
In the name of Jesus Christ, Mungu anatarajia ukanyange hatua mbele. Wengine wametawaliwa na uchawi, wakati wao umefika. Wewe umenitazama siku ya leo. Neema na kibali cha Bwana kikawe juu ya maisha yako.
Has committed her life, her well-being, her finances, her know-how, her expertise to offering support to amputees, sometimes literally.
It was actually 2 industrial designers after university that decided to focus on supporting people with disability, especially amputees, by developing actually a prosthetic leg made initially by recycled plastic.
Oh, wow.
So how to use actually plastic in a way that has very high impact in the world and not on the contrary. We actually work very closely with different organizations and associations that are very strong in psychosocial support, for example. When someone loses a leg, actually, even before amputation, this person should receive psychological support. Whenever we try to actually teach them how to fit a prosthetic leg, especially like a circ leg, we always bring in a person that is very experienced and has an organization on psychological support, so that the different professionals in the field understand the importance of that.
Wakajuambe tui wakajuamba no yako nukumakelela mune twisto kwiko nkwatwa kuri kwimba kundemba mutumbo kudibana basheta mayenga ye bani nambu basheta makwabu kachoka dasekele eyi wakwetu mimbekele eyi wakwetu nyimbe balunga bakwenda bayenda nabo jisambo mbotu ya yabatanyila kwetu kumaya mukamba
tozoyo kate Ganga, Ganga. Bongama, hey, Bongama. Tout se fait ici-bas, tout se fait ici-bas, tout se fait ici-bas, ici-bas, Mama, Bongama. Yeah. Chuchuku, tobine kakurame, chuchuku, wera, chuchuku, tobine kakurama, toneka, shit.
espace minier. Aimé Pascal Mongo, Lokonda. Gikuchi, Olivier Luzolo, Amour. Mulunda Chilo Mulula. Amada, Chikani. On verra bien. Richard Kabala, le club, Peter Wembodinga, Abichoma. Serge Simba, double S Prod, Mputu Basile, Serpa, Nyoka, Fabien Kabouya. Jolie Batombo. L'exemplarité est le plus puissant des héritages.
Magali tete pokol mukelenge